Well, that happened. Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante is the 2024 Ballon d'Or winner. The 28-year-old Spain international won the award after a stellar season in which he won the English Premier League title, the Club World Cup, and the UEFA Super Cup for Manchester City, and the Euros for Spain. In achieving this feat, he made 63 appearances, losing once to my team, Manchester United, also tallying 12 goals and 15 assists for both club and country. So immaculate were his performances last season. He won the Player of the Tournament award for the Euros, the Golden Ball for the Club World Cup, and made the PFA Premier League Team of the Season for the second year running. All very impressive stuff, but in some people's books, not enough to warrant receiving the prestigious award. In this video, I'll attempt to ascertain whether or not the metronomic holding midfielder deserved the prize, or if someone else was more worthy. To make this as simple as possible, I'll be comparing and contrasting his season to that of Vinicius Jr. But if any of the other top 10 Ballon d'Or finishers did something noteworthy, I'll add it in. So firstly, earlier I listed out what Rodri won: the League, Euros, Club World Cup, Super Cup, POTT for the Euros and PFA Team of the Season, and the Golden Ball for the Club World Cup. Last season, Vinicius Jr. won the UEFA Champions League, La Liga, and the Spanish Super Cup. Individually, Vinicius also caught the top scorer award for the Super Cup and the UEFA Champions League Player of the Season. Argentina's Lautaro Martinez also had a noteworthy trophy haul from last season. The Inter Milan striker won the Scudetto, the Italian Super Cup, and the Copa America. He was also the top scorer for the Copa America and the Serie A. In addition to these, he was also voted Serie A's MVP of the season, and my personal outside favorite to win the award. Strangely enough, I know it's a bit strange, but I wanted him to win. He met all the criteria in my opinion, but I digress. I believe this is the area where Rodri's argument for winning the Ballon d'Or got the biggest boost. Not only did he get it done for club and country in arguably two of the hardest competitions, his contributions to both were vital to his team's success. And if you directly compare his season to Vini's, Brazil's shortcomings in the Copa America had a very big negative impact on how Vinicius' season was viewed by the journalists. Trophies are very important, but in the modern game, one measure of a player's ability reigns supreme. This part is kinda tricky. The main issue is that Vinicius and Rodri play two completely different positions and have two different responsibilities in terms of all competitions. However, despite his deep-lying position, Rodri is not too far behind with an impressive 12 goals and 14 assists. Regarding underlying stats, Vinicius' 30 chances created in La Liga and Rodri's 232 ball recoveries in the Premier League stand out to me. In terms of the rest of the top 10, Harry Kane and Kylian Mbappe were joint top scorers with 44 goals each. Here, there isn't much to separate the two players. They are two superstars at the peak of their powers who impressed week in and week out. But here again, I feel Rodri edges it simply due to his unwavering reliability. He played a part in almost every single game last season and delivered in arguably all of them. On the other hand, Vinicius Jr. missed 17 games for club and country. At the end of the day, as Tyrion Lannister said, there's nothing in the world more powerful than a good story. And the journalists who ultimately decide who wins the award spend their days writing stories about players. So the last evaluation criterion is... I think this is probably where everyone's perception of who truly deserves the award got messed up. Throughout most of his career up to this point, Rodri was always the type of player to be labeled as underrated. Sure, he'll get his flaws from time to time, but for the most part, his more exciting Man City and Spanish teammates would grab the headlines. This was very much the case during last season, which Phil Foden and Erling Haaland both had exemplary seasons, while the teenage duo of Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams were the faces of Spain's successful Euro campaign. As a result, despite turning out 10 out of 10 performances almost every game for the most part, they were overlooked, and even when they were applauded, it was always in the shadow of his teammates. As the GOAT Fred said, he carries the piano so the artist can play. Vinicius Jr. is in a completely different situation. In an all-star Real Madrid team, he is seen as a jewel in the crown. It seems every time he plays, all eyes are on him, and his other talented teammates such as Bellingham, Carvajal, Rodri, and Cruz are relegated to supporting roles. This had the effect of inflating each of Vini's performances to box office level, so every time he would deliver, it was simply unforgettable. In short, on one hand, you had one player almost demanding the attention of the footballing world every single game, while on the other hand, it is really hard to say who truly deserves a Ballon d'Or. This year's cry of injustice is by no means unique. There have been several such situations littered throughout the history of the Ballon d'Or. In my opinion, it could have gone either way, and I would have been satisfied that the winner was deserving. Both players are astronomically talented. So, like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. I've not been uploading well. There's probably only one video up at the moment, but it's gonna get better eventually, trust me. So yeah, thank you.
It's a collector's item!